Hi, everybody. So good to be able to share with you something that's been on my heart the last few days. As a pastor, one of the privileges I have from time to time is going to the hospital to visit people who've just had a new baby brought into their family. What a joy it brings in any household. And as a church, we've celebrated that many times during the last year. The little one is nurtured and it's kept in a sterile environment. Everything is done to provide for a safe and healthy and comfortable and secure environment for that little one. Well, I want you to know that today, someplace, a baby was born. But that one was actually entered the world with a 10-foot drop. This child our baby is in Africa. It's approximately 6 feet tall and weighs somewhere between 100 and 150 pounds. Yeah, you may have guessed I'm not talking about a baby human or the latest recruit for the NBA, but rather a baby giraffe. I was doing some reading the other day that sparked some thinking about that. When a little giraffe was born, the mother's give birth standing up. He faces first a 10-foot drop. They hit the hard ground, if you can imagine. And then the mother stands right directly over the baby as it struggles to stand for the first time. Giraffes are herd animals, and they travel in a group, and that's very important for safety and protection. Of course, the herd is not going to stop and wait for that little baby. It could be left behind, and there's great danger in doing so. So the mother's first job is to make sure that that little one is on his feet, stable, and ready to travel with the group. And so she waits for a few moments, and if the giraffe has not been successful in struggling to his feet, she reaches over and kicks him. And she'll wait a couple of moments, and if he still has not responded, she does it again. Welcome to our world. A 10-foot drop followed by kicks from mom. Not exactly what we would think of as good parenting. However, when that little one finally makes it to his feet, trembling, as perhaps you've seen a newborn calf or colt do here, she knocks him down again so that the lesson is repeated. And finally, he's very, very motivated, obviously agitated by the adversity that he's facing to get up and move on and do what it is that giraffes do. And that's very, very important because there are hungry lions, hyenas, leopards, and wild dogs that roam the same prairies or the same savannas where the giraffes live. There are more than 110,000 giraffes on the continent of Europe today, and this event is repeated many times each day. But the predators are nearby. Now, as long as they're with the herd, they're safety, because there's safety in numbers. All of the giraffes could band together to help kick and repel any intruders that are there. But if that mother and child were left behind, they would be very vulnerable, and it's likely when a pride of lions or a pack of other predators come in, that they would be left. And so what looks to us like cruelty, the mother kicking the child and motivating it and knocking it down again so we'll be motivated to get up until it becomes strong and ready to move on, is actually an act of love. And I want you to know, sometimes we face some real adversity in life, don't we? Sometimes we just feel like we just got kicked. Sometimes we feel like we got dropped from 10 feet, and it's a blow that we just don't understand how that could happen. In fact, sometimes in our minds we kind of say, God, why do you allow such hard things to happen in our lives? Well, in the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 2, James says, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. You see, it's the trials, the adversity, the hard things in life, the things that hit us and almost seem to knock us off our feet or give us a kick or a blow, that when we turn to God and depend on Him and allow Him, He allows those things in our lives so that we will grow in faith and become more mature, and so that we will be dependent on Him and cry out to Him and say, God, I need you. I want to remind you that in 1 Peter chapter 5, we're told that we have a predator who is after our souls as well, where Satan is referred to or compared to a roaring lion who goes about seeking whom he can devour. Just like a little giraffe on the plains, we would be vulnerable to him without the encouragement and the things that God does to help us grow and become what He wants us to be. So I want to remind you today that when hard things come, trust God. Cry out to Him. Give it over to Him. Be dependent on Him. Just cry out and say, God, I need you. And see and understand that the hard things coming our way in life help us to grow and mature, to become one of the grown-ups, I always like to put it, to become someone who can stand and stay very close to him. The other thing I'd like to make the analogy to is that we really do need each other. God's called us to be a part of a church, a local body of believers where we can be encouraged and growing. And if you are not currently, I urge you to join in a place where you can be fed. And because life in the herd is protection, if you would. Being apart, God didn't intend for us to live alone. We strengthen and pray for and encourage one another to grow in faith. So don't be afraid of adversity. It's going to come. When it does, trust God and understand that he always has your best at heart and is working to bring good in your life. And secondly, be reminded that we need each other for encouragement, for safety, to encourage one another, to pray so that we might overcome that roaring lion who seeks to devour our souls as well. So this week, just be encouraged to come and trust God. Follow him. Go to church this Sunday. Spend some time in his word. Spend some time in prayer. I want to encourage you to think about that.